Hi and welcome to my channel. So getting a job to work for the NHS in the UK is the best decision that you can make for yourself right now. So the NHS is the National Health Service in the UK. So they recruit people that have experience, no experience, degree, no degree, clinical, non-clinical jobs. They recruit every single person, whether you've got experience or not, because there are lots of positions. And so it depends on your skills, your qualifications, and what you're interested in. But guess what? There is a massive shift in recruitment when it comes to the NHS. So there are, in fact, there's one massive change that they have made recently. And so if you've been applying for NHS jobs, whether you're already in the UK or you're out of the UK, this is going to affect you massively. And so this video, I'm going to explain what this change is, why it has come into place, most importantly, how it affects you, but what can you do in order to overcome this so that you can successfully get the job? Because like I say, no matter the challenges, the NHS remains the best option if you're applying for jobs, whether you need visa sponsorship or not. So if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, as usual, I appreciate your time. If you haven't joined this family, hit the subscribe button below, because you want to be the first person that is notified when I drop a new video on here, because I'm very passionate about visa sponsorship jobs to move to the UK or switch if you're already in this amazing country, as well as career progression in the UK so that you can progress to senior positions, earn a lot of money, work less, and get to retire early. I'm saying this because that is a journey that I have taken. I started my UK journey 13 years ago as a carer in a nursing home, and I have progressed beautifully from there since. And I now work as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing job that there is in the profession. This is why I'm passionate about sharing these opportunities, updates, changes, policies with you. So if you haven't joined my newsletter, check the comment section below. It's free to join. You drop your name and email and you're part of it, so that I send those opportunities directly to your inbox and you're not missing out, hoping to get those updates from YouTube. Also, if you need to contact me, directly, and you're like, hey Melvis, what about personal circumstances, I need one-to-one guidance, I need support, I need to speak to you about what's the best job that I can go for, how do I apply, have a look at my CV, I need interview preparation, I need to get to the NHS, I need apprenticeship so I can work and study at the same time. Like I say, check the comment section below. You're going to see my contact details. It's my WhatsApp number as well as my email address, and you can get in contact with me at your earliest convenience. So you want to make sure that you watch this video till the very end, because let me tell you something, I'm obsessed with policies in the UK, NHS especially, and every single action and decision that is made is driven by policies. And the more you understand those policies, even though they're very boring and people think, oh my God, I don't want to know about this, but it has a massive impact. So what is the first thing we're going to talk about? The first thing is that there's a massive shift when it comes to recruitment. People that are from green list countries have been affected the most. And the reason for this is that the NHS, many of the NHS organizations are no longer using recruitment agencies to recruit staff as they did before. So this means that if you're from a green list country, previously, you would just approach a recruitment agency. They don't charge you anything. They recruit you and they come to work for the NHS. You don't pay, but the NHS pays a lot of money as a commission to the recruitment agency. So that has changed now, and the NHS no longer is using those recruitment agencies. And so what has happened is that those people from green list countries have been left stranded. And by the way, drop a comment in the comment section below. Which country are you based at the moment? So it's not where you're born, it's not your citizenship, it's where are you physically based at the moment. Because the whole thing about red list countries depends on which country you are physically present in at the moment. So drop that in the comment section below, just so I can have an idea whether you're in a green list country or a red list country. And they've also got amber list countries. And if you need more information about this, I'm more than happy to provide it. Just drop that in the comment section below. So what is happening really is that, and by the way, if you're watching this and you're not aware, I do have a private career coaching program where I offer one-to-one tailored, individualized and personalized guidance to people that, like me, are interested and invested in personal and professional development. So I support with what are the best jobs for you to apply for your personal circumstances, which ones offer sponsorship, who are those that are recruiting, obviously, most importantly, how do you apply, what should your CV be like, what about your application, what about the interview, how do you prepare? Because let me tell you something, the NHS is the best, But if you don't know how to apply, you don't understand the processes, it is going to be very, very challenging. You don't want to spend 1 year, 2 years, 3 years applying for a job and getting unfortunate emails without the hope of ever getting an interview. It is very incredibly disheartening. So if you want to check more information about my private coaching program, which by the way is not for everybody, it's only for the top 1% of people that are willing to walk the walk, that are willing to put in the effort, that are willing to put in the work, because it takes work to succeed, to excel, to thrive, to earn more money, and get to retire early while working less. So check the description box below or the about section of this channel. You're going to see information about my private coaching program. But if you want to contact me first to talk about what is in this for you, are you even right for the program? Is the program even right for you? Check the comment section below. You see my WhatsApp number, my email address, and you can contact me, like I said, at your earliest convenience. So it's important that we talk about the NHS budget, by the way, because that's what has caused all of this. So the NHS budget has risen drastically to about £175 billion per year. And guess what? Out of this money, which is very high, by the way, the objective is always that most of the money goes on patient care, but recruitment alone takes just over £3 billion, which is massive. But there's another cost that is even higher. Of these, £175 billion, £5.6 billion is spent on temporary staffing and recruitment agencies. This is a massive amount of money. And when you're a boss working for the NHS, I've been in management positions and I know all about trying to save money and trying to be effective, looking for strategies to make the organization be more efficient and use money wisely so that it's going more towards patient care rather than going to places where it is avoidable. So what has happened is that a few years ago, the previous government that was in the UK put a very, very interesting policy, and they said, look, because the NHS is desperate for staff, we are going to put an incentive for any trust that is recruiting from overseas. And it is something that was amazing at the time. And what they said was, for example, if it's going to cost you £10,000 to recruit one person from overseas, we are going to pay 80% of that and you will only pay 20%. Obviously, with this incentive, so many NHS organizations were very happy with this. So they took obviously people from recruitment agencies. So they were recruiting lots of staff using recruitment agencies because it's very expensive, but the government was subsidizing 80%. But guess what happens? Those 2 years are now over, which means now that the 2 years are over, if as an organization you're still using recruitment agencies, you're going to be paying 100% of the cost. And with this, many managers have said, look, people can just apply directly to work with us. It is better if we do that rather than use recruitment agencies, because we're going to have to pay this £10,000 ourselves. But just a few months ago, we were only paying £2,000. This is what has brought a massive shift in recruitment. And that's why if you're in a green list country and you're a nurse, for example, if you've got your ART, your OAT, your CBT and all of that, it is very, very difficult to get a job now because those recruitment agencies are no longer recruiting because the NHS is no longer giving that. In fact, one of my very good friends who does a lot of recruitment from overseas, green list countries, she has lost literally everything. I was having a chat with her just yesterday. And she said to me, Melvis, can you imagine? I had hundreds of nurses who already have their OET, carers as well, the CBT, everything ready. And this NHS has just told me they're no longer interested, in these people. So now there's nothing she can do. And those people have to apply directly. So if you're watching this video, by the way, and you are in the circumstance, what you need to do is apply directly, because this is what has led to all of this. And there's been a massive shift, which means if you're from a red list country, you have to apply directly. But right now, as it stands, if you're from a green list country, you also have to apply directly because the wind of change has blown over the UK. This leads us beautifully to what is the consequence and the effect of this on you, whether you're in the UK at the moment or you're out of the UK. Look, the consequences are absolutely immense. What this means is that competition for these jobs is a lot higher. And so what do you do to stand out? How do you distinguish yourself when people that were using recruitment agencies to move to the UK now have to apply for jobs directly with everyone else that has always been applying directly? You have people now that are like, hey, Melvis, what should my CV be like? Because with recruitment agencies, the reason why they offer support free for candidates is because they get paid massive amounts of money from the companies once they produce the staff. So for example, if you have a recruitment agency and you find staff and provide to the NHS will pay you as a recruitment agency a lot of money. That's why recruitment agencies don't charge the people that they're supporting. So if you need support with interview preparation or anything, they support you because they're going to get a lot of money once they provide or supply the staff to the NHS. That's how they make their money. Like I say, it's a lot of money. Recruitment agencies make millions and millions of pounds per year from doing this. So that has all changed now because many of these NHS trusts have dropped that in order to save money. Because if you are having to pay this £10,000 per person, if you recruit 200 people, how much are you going to spend? £10,000 times 200 staff is going to give you how much you spend if you carry on using a recruitment agency. So guess what they're doing now? They're just saying, if you're interested to work with us, come and apply on our website. Because if you apply, they bypass the middleman, who is a recruitment agency, and they still recruit you directly, and they don't have to spend all those £10,000, for example. So that's what's going on now. So if you're watching this video, by the way, and you're struggling to get a job, well, competition is very high because everybody has to apply, through direct recruitment. If you are from a green list country and your agency has told you that there are no interviews, please, what you need to do is apply directly if you're interested in working in the UK, because that is what is expected now. In fact, I have many of my contacts that are obviously managers, senior, people, clinicians working within the NHS. All of them have stopped using agencies because of cost, because the agencies are very expensive. They charge a lot of money from the NHS, even though they don't charge the candidates, which is great. But behind the scenes, it is very expensive to recruit you through an agency. And so because of funding, they haven't got all that money and they're trying to save money because patient care, obviously waiting lists have increased drastically since COVID. They're trying to recruit more staff directly so that they can reduce the use of agencies as well. And that's why if you're an agency nurse as well, the jobs are drying off for this reason, because 5.6 billion in recruitment agencies or temporary staffing is a ridiculously high amount of money. And so many of them have drastically reduced even bank shifts because of this reason. So how can you therefore enhance your CV, your application, so that you are the best candidate? That's what you should be asking yourself. And guess what? If you're loving this content, make sure that you share this with your friends, loved ones, colleagues. I know that this is content that is very full on, and it's only really the people that understand the importance of policies, processes that watch videos like this. But guess what? That's why you're part of the top 1%, because YouTube is a place that is very deceiving. Everybody's like, hey, move to the UK in 2 weeks, get a job with the NHS by just sending an email. That is not true. It doesn't work. I have a lot of experience, working for the NHS, recruiting people within the NHS, supporting people to get jobs with the NHS. I tell you that this is the most competition it's ever had. And so you need to make sure that how do you therefore enhance your chances to succeed? Because yes, there are things you need to do. You need to make sure that you are thoroughly going through those vacancies. You're able to identify which vacancies offer visa sponsorship jobs and which ones don't. The reality about the fact is that all NHS organizations can offer visa sponsorship, but not all NHS jobs offer visa sponsorship. The two things are very different. So it is your duty as a person to know the differences so that you're applying for those jobs that offer visa sponsorship. Because if you spend time applying for jobs that don't offer sponsorship, even if you're successful at the interview, for example, it's going to lead you nowhere because you don't have what it is that you need. So have you got any questions as I'm going on about this? Where are you watching this video from? Which country? Please drop that in the comment section below. What you can do to enhance your chances is ensuring that your application meets the required standards in the UK. When I say this, there's a lot, and it depends on the job you're applying for, your circumstances, which country you're from, there's a lot that is involved with these NHS jobs. But during our live session on Thursday, obviously, we're going to go through this in a lot of detail. If you've got any questions, like I said, check the comment section below. You can contact me directly if you need that one-to-one guidance, because that's something that I do offer to those people that are in my coaching program, because like I say, these things take a lot of time. But I've shared lots of videos here on it, so you can check them out as well. But that's really what you need to make sure that you stand out. Your application needs to be on sleek. So check this video out and hit the subscribe button below if you have not already done so. If you need to contact me, obviously check the comment section. You'll see my details. Join the newsletter, and I'll see you right there.